I'm glad that you are there. Thank you for joining me once again. I am Simeon A, Durolaje. In the first episode of Signs of Following a Wrong Leader, I shared with you certain features that will help you to know whether the leader you are following is a right leader or a wrong leader. In this episode, I want to start to share with you certain leadership styles and to look at the implications of those leadership styles over your life and perhaps over your destiny. My interest is not to encourage you to become rebellious to your leader, but my interest is that you may be able to understand the kind of leadership style that has influence over your life, and you'll be able to know which of these leadership style will be good for your purpose in life, will help you to become a better person in life. And so, since leadership is a must, since we must be under a leader, since you cannot avoid being under a leader, whether consciously or unconsciously, leadership begins from home, our parents. The community we live has its leaders, the traditional leaders. Then our spiritual leaders has influence over our lives. The political leaders also have a measure of influence over our lives. And if you want to look at our country today, you will see that where we are is the product of leadership. Whether leaders that impose themselves on us or those that were elected by us. If our leaders have done what is good or better than what they are doing, our country will be a better place today. So, from this episode, I'll be sharing with you these leadership styles, and I want to tell you one or two things about them so that you can evaluate your life and make a choice of the best leadership style that will help you activate God's potentials in your life, and you can make a better choice of what kind of a leader will help you achieve that purpose in your life. Today I'm talking about transactional leadership. It is a form of leadership that promotes compliance or performance through reward and punishment. What this kind of leadership style does is it promotes followers to comply through reward. When followers do what is expected of them, they are rewarded. If they do not do according to their expectations or what are expected from them, then they are being punished for it. And to be honest with you, transactional leadership has its good side. One of it is it gives external rewards. Transactional leadership or transactional leaders give rewards in order to motivate those who serve them. That's why you see employers of labor that from time to time they give rewards to members of staff that do well in order to help them and encourage them to do better. What a wonderful thing for such kind of leaders. Number two, another advantage of this leadership style is that it is result driven, because they want to achieve set goals, set objectives. They do everything possible to use the followers to achieve them. And that is the reason for this motivation, for external rewards. And I want to tell you that transactional leaders are leaders that get result. They get result because they mobilize and motivate their followers. It's good. And for any leader who wants to get results in life, must learn to motivate those who follow. But the problem with this kind of leadership is, number one, he does not encourage change. It resists change. Because rewards are used to make followers to comply to certain set of rules or structure or system. So when you comply to the system or to the structure and you encourage the organizational achievements, you are rewarded. But sincerely, that kind of system, that kind of leadership style doesn't encourage change. The followers have nothing to contribute to the structure, to the system, than to comply. In transactional leadership, it is the leader who takes the lead and gives directives to the followers, which they just need to comply with. So, if you want to be a leader, or you want to achieve certain things for yourself in life, transactional leadership discourages you to bring change to the system, no matter how good your idea looks like. Another disadvantage is that this style of leadership doesn't encourage creativity. The rule is compliance. And so, no matter how creative you are, you cannot make use of it under transactional leadership. And so, there is no room for development. You cannot harness your potentials because you are used to certain things. You maintain the status quo. That's what transactional leadership encourages. Very unfortunate that there are people today who are supposed to be entrepreneurs, employers of labors, but because they have been under a system that never encouraged them to develop their potentials, they remain where they are. There are people who have served certain organizations for years, 20, 30, 35 years, who after retirement cannot do anything, they were not allowed to develop themselves, to discover themselves and do something else apart from what the rules ask them to do. And so after retirement, they are more or less useless to themselves. I want to encourage you that you need to understand your vision for life and know how to encourage yourself under whatever leadership you find yourself. Number 3 disadvantage of this leadership style is that it reduces leaders or potential leaders. It never allowed those who are supposed to be trained and become leaders to become leaders. They remain followers for life, since their leaders are the one who gives directives. Theirs is just to comply, obey, and do whatever leaders say. So it is difficult for people under transactional leadership to learn the act of leadership, to practice leadership, so that tomorrow they can lead themselves. So As good as this style, leadership style is good and very rewarding, it has its problem. I want to challenge you, and I want to appeal to you to understand the kind of leadership that governs your life. If you cannot develop yourself under a leadership structure, if you cannot do certain things to bring new ideas, to be creative under a leadership structure, how then do you develop your potentials and become a better person tomorrow? And so, why I am not encouraging you to become rebellious, but one of the things that you need to do is to make a choice, and that is why I am talking to you to understand life and your ambitions in life. Make a choice of who governs you. Make a choice of whom you subject your life to, your destiny to. I pray the Lord is going to help you, that your potentials will be discovered and developed, and you will become a better person, and you will realize your destiny in life, that your destinies and potentials will never be wasted in your lifetime. Thank you.